Greetings and salutations. So, jump back into Star Citizen after like 5 years, 6 years. I originally pledged in back in 2017, and it was at such a rough state that it was not even playable at that point. But I had seen some YouTube content on it, and I thought, I'll try it out. I'll give it a try. And uh, it's been a little bit of a learning process. It's got some systems that are so immersive. They make you wait for like subway systems, and they make you, and I've been having a ton of fun with it, but you have to keep, you have to have that. It's in alpha. I'm doing parentheses signs right now, by myself. It's in alpha, right? So, uh, the kind of the some of the key movements of it, or the key um, aspects of it is, you hold down the F key, and that is like your interaction, and you can kind of see where it says like get up, but if you just press Y, it'll and hold, he'll just get out of bed. So it's kind of like three major keys interact with everything. It's your F key, your R key, and your Y key are, and your R is like your power up and power down, right? So if I press this, I can turn the lights out. So really immersive. I hold down F. I'm holding down F to get it to these little white panels to populate. That's how it kind of, to have all these little sub menus. And so really, really, the fidelity is super nice. The interaction is super nice. And so, I'm really liking what I'm enjoying a lot. Press open. And so something to keep in mind, and later on, all of this stuff will be interactive, right? And so obviously you don't get to go into other people's rooms, but this is just other people's rooms. So it's not really like you spawn into one of these, and you come over here, and those are all spawn points. You come over here to the elevator, you hold down the F key, right? You interact with the elevator, go in the elevator, and you can see it can technically spawn people from all of these floors. So I'm just holding F, and I can roll my mouse wheel to zoom in so I can see what's going on. But I'm just moving the mouse to move the little pointer up and down, and I just click lobby. And this is kind of, and I'm on a space station right now. And I moved up there because one of the issues that I ran into is when you spawn on the planet, you load in so much textures and vertices and graphics that it's a little bit of a load, and it needs to, like, you need to log in, and then you need to go AFK for about 10 minutes, and then you come back and the game will run flawless because it just like chunk. It's brutal on the to kind of pull all that stuff into the memory on your computer. And so every one of these space stations basically has kind of like the same things, but they're modulated in different layouts. So everyone's got an elevator system, a little easy hab. It's going to have your medic place, and they'll have 3 shops, and it'll be a random. Let's say there's 7 shops total or 8 shops total. Well, each station has a random of one of those 3 shops. So you could get the armor guy, the weapon guy, and a weapons mod. You could get the weapons, the ship weapons, the ship mods, and an armor. It's just random for what each station has. And then you come over here, and you're like, this is like, you kind of know that you're getting to the space station dock area because you got to pass through the terminals. So wherever you see these terminals, you're gonna go to the hangar section. You just come over to a panel, and most of your interaction right now is through a series of panels. And so all your ships are at these little orange panels. You press down F, you hit use, and then you can go into your what ship you want to summon. So I'm gonna summon my Inferno, right? And I'm gonna wait, and it's gonna say pad 4. It's almost always pad 4 for me. And I'm gonna come over to the if you have see, like, the bank thing isn't active yet, but I bet it will be in the future. And come over here, And you just say, you scroll your mouse wheel. I'm holding down F still. I'm looking for pad 4. I can zoom in. I roll forward, I'll zoom in, roll back to zoom back. Right, pad 4. Just highlight it. And now I'm on a little elevator ride. And there's a little waypoint. See this right there? That's my ship that I summoned. And you can see it tracking. If I hold down F, I can zoom in on it actually. You don't hold down F, it lets you zoom in on an area just randomly. Wherever you put your mouse, it'll zoom in on that spot. See how I'm pointing at the corner and I'll zoom in at the corner. So it's a way to, and so this is the Inferno, and I'm gonna do later on a comparison video to the two different Crusader heavy fighters, but I'll just kind of do a quick little tutorial and the fidelity. Am I got my stuff on? Hit I for inventory, you know, and you got your jumpsuit and you got your little helmet. And when you equip these things, you always got to do the jumpsuit first, or the undersuit first, and then the helmet. It won't let you snap the helmet on. You got to do it in sequence. You know, here's a little bit the fidelity on this. You know, if I hold down F and zoom in, you can just see that the textures on this are just amazing. And then come over here. What's cool about this ship is, I'll squat down. See, they got these little buttons, right? I'll zoom in. You can kind of see. It'll say open. And then it gives me access to my own inventory. So this one has inventory, right? And see how it opened up? So it's got some storage. So if you want to throw some ammo in there. And here, if you have a rifle, you can stack a rifle in there. So you can use these things. You know, land them on the planet, go do a little first-person shooter mission, and then I'm hit F4 to go third-person view. You know, it's just amazing though that the animations, how they have everything worked out. You know, Z key rotates you around. I think there's two. Z does two different things. I'm trying to can move my head around like, oh, I see people. I see people. There you go. Now. Hit Z. I'm trying to get it to where, there you go. I'm back. So, and if you roll your mouse wheel forward, I'm rolling my mouse wheel forward, right? I'll do the full sprint. But if I roll up opposite, like towards me and back, I'll walk slow. So I'll do the pimp walk. You see I'm doing the pimp walk? Like, yo, what's up? Yo, what's going on? Yeah, that's right. I'm doing the pimp walk in space. Okay, and then you roll fast. You know, roll the mouse wheel forward and fast, and so it controls your movement speed. And so there we go. Control, so I'm rolling back. That slows me down. There you go. I was doing these delivery packages, and I was doing the pimp walk, and I was like, why am I walking so slow? Then it was like I would walk like 2 blocks with the package with the pimp walk. I couldn't figure it out. So you know, you roll up this ship, and see the little dot right there. Let me see if I can get back here and zoom in. See right there, it says 7 meters ladder. And just the control and fit and finish is phenomenal. But I'm getting ready to show you kind of one of the bugs or downfalls or issues, right? And it's not a super big deal, but it's been driving me nuts. So I hit R to power on, right? And you know, and I'll kind of give you a brief overview of the displays. You know, and you can mouse over everything, and I'm holding down F to get to the kind of create this sub menu. And as I mouse over, like I'll mouse over here, and you know the words pop up, and I mouse and I can roll the mouse forward. I can even see closer, right? And you can see where it says set weapons power off and on, and then use what does that say? Lag pip? I don't know what that is. Oh, use lag pip. Oh, what do I? Interesting. Okay. And then disable ESP. So there's all these functions and controls that you can do down here. Kind of dial in a set of preferences. And then open exterior, exit ship, open exterior. See, so these panels, this is your shield status right here. This is your target. You know, one thing I wish they would add is you could set preferences, because I like to have target up top. So I'm doing, so I can zoom in on it. and then weapon, target. I like to have target up top, and I like to have comms below it, and I like to go over here to this one because this is my power ratio, and you can set it just by clicking. I can move this thing around, so like weapons is all the way in this corner, shields is all the way in this corner, and thrusters is, so you can like literally change how much power is shifted from one system to the other. Or you can just hit F5. If you look in that corner, you'll see it moving. Like I'll bring it up. See how I'm adjusting it through hotkeys. There you go. I like it just about like there. You know, more of an emphasis on weapons and shields, and then go hold down F to kind of get control, and then. But I like to have this one represented as shields. Warning, flight power low. I must have clicked something. Shields, and then I like to have this one as power. Right, and I think I clicked. Max that bad boy out. I messed it up. You can get in there and like customize all your settings and stuff. Okay, I think that's, yeah. So there's, and then of course if you press T is your target. You target stuff. You know, you can see how it's cycling through targets. And if you press G, you can select, let me see. You can see where if I press G, it adds more missiles to the volley, right? But I only want to do, I'm going to do all 4. So one of the bugs that I've been having, press F2 to get into your little, it's called this, the multi-glass, I think is what this is called, is that it technically holds 20 rounds, and it's been bugging out on me, and I've tried to do several things. I've tried, because when you land and then stow the ship, confirm. And so you can see it filling up. Now it's 12, but it didn't fill all the way up. It only gave me 2 rockets, and if you go buy the rockets, they're only like 140 credits. So I don't understand why it charged me 280. Well, that's okay. That's charging me for the price. See, you see the little tab that populates right there? That means it's selected, right? That means I hit confirm. You know, it's gonna give me 2 more rockets, and I just don't know why the damn thing is not topping off when I stow it. And I've tried to blow the ship up, because you can blow the ship up. You can eject and it'll blow the ship up. And I've tried to fill it all the way up and then put it in storage, and then that way it saves it. Because if you get a module shot off and then you save it, that module is saved as shot off. It's currently a bug, and so your ships are not supposed to, store lost module, especially if you repair it and then it doesn't bring the module back. It just repairs the ship. There you go. So it's fixed, right? But for whatever reason, no matter what I do, so you can see where like that means it's targeted. Attack on shield. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Time to go. Okay. That's. I guess you don't target. Yeah, I guess you don't lock.
Thank you. And please visit again.
I guess you don't lock targets. I'll see if I picked up a criminal record, because if you do something, that's crazy. I lock targets. I wasn't expecting it to if you pick up a crime stat, you will go to jail, and you will learn the mining mechanic, or the mining loop in the game. So I press Y to get out of bed, right? Come over here. I'm gonna hit I to go to inventory. They need to have like a little trash can in here, or a little dirty clothes disposal thing that you can click on, and it just dumps the. Because you said I just dumped it on the floor. And I have to put my suit on first before I put my helmet on. So one thing I kind of want to bring up real quick. Let me alt tab this real quick. One thing I want to bring up real quick is that. Let me see here. Let me find it real quick. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Uh, can I make this big? Let me see if I can do this. Copy. Can I create a text? I'm doing a little overlay. Let's see. Let's see if I can do a little overlay right here. So I go plus. I'm messing around with a little OBS. Let me see. I got image, screen, text. Okay. We're gonna call this. I'm doing a little on-the-fly editing. Paste. Okay, and then copy. Okay. Create new. Make source visible. Why can I not? Why can I not? Okay. Here is the text is right here. Paste. All right. Oh, it's too big. It's too big. Okay. it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Okay, let's go back to this. Copy. Let's see. I'm doing some cheese work. Paste. Boom. Okay. Boom. There we go. I can move it around. Boom. Let's see. Let's see if that I think I have to drop it down. No. I guess it can be over the top. All right. I think I don't know if that'll pop up. We'll see. But yeah, there's my referral code. So exit. So you got to load your stuff, right? And you come over here, and you come through here, and like this is the same thing. If you want to bind at a certain space station, all you do is you come over here to any space station. So let's say you go to a new location. All you got to do is you just go to patient check-in, right? And it's going to say, oh, that went super fast. Go to patient check-in. Let's do that again. Okay, it says room 5, but it cycled so quick. I don't know why it cycled so quick. And if you look up here at the doors, like right here, I'll hit F and then zoom in. Like that says room 1. Okay, and if I come over here, that says room 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of doing this a little Barney style. 5, right? Okay, that's 5. So all I got to do is click on the door, go into the room, and you go to this terminal right here. You go to that terminal right there. You don't go, this is a no-no. Everybody wants to come here for some reason, right? You go to this terminal, and then you click on the right panel. I'm not going to do it, but this is where you go to bind to a certain station, and that gives you the ability whenever you spawn at this station, and it makes it a lot easier, because the planets there's a lot more content as far as like buying modules, but it's just a huge pain in the ass to. I ran back into the habitat. It's a huge pain in the ass to get off the planet. You have to take the trans system. You have to do, it's quite a lengthy ordeal. So let's see if my Inferno. So another kind of brief discussion is when you claim, right, that ship got destroyed, and right now there is no insurance in the game. And so there's insurance, but it's not activated until the game goes live, which will probably be like 2050, So So right now, if you want to just claim your ship, you just hit claim. You know, so there's, and you just say it's going to be 10 minutes. You say file claim. Boom. You know, and you can pay to express it, but I don't need to do that. And it's going to be 10 minutes. So while I'm waiting for that one, I'll just go down here and I'll summon its kind of variant. It's probably going to do pad 4. It always does pad 4. Boom, pad 4. And then I come over here, F to interact. Come to the elevator, F to interact, scroll down with the mouse wheel. Pad 4, left click to activate. And that way, you can, so once you get used to the flow, it's pretty quick. It's pretty streamless. And I'm going to have the same issues. Like before, when I had the loadout of the, the ship, you know, it had like 12 of the striker or stalker missiles, and they're designed to hit mid hole. They just pick the middle of the hole. And the problem that I ran into is a lot of the enemy ships that I was going up against. Let me show you how crazy this is, like the level of fidelity that these ships have. And I noticed that like some of the earlier ships that were developed, you know, like when the game first started to come into early access back in like 2013, 2014, like some of those early mist ships, they don't have this level of fidelity. The ships that have come out in the last year or two are the ones that have this like super high. Look at this. Tell me how crazy this is. This is one of the coolers, right? And so when you go into the access panel and you want to upgrade your coolers at the little shop, you know, like they visually look different. And then when you come to the ship and you click on, let me see if I can find any more buttons. Like, you know, you upgrade your ship and you come out here and you look at it. Which I know one of these opens up. Okay. So the batteries aren't in the game yet, so that's not active. That's not hasn't been implemented yet. So they've already kind of future engineered, future proofed some of these. I'm looking for, it says jump drive. I'm looking for the buttons. I don't know where all the buttons. Oh, here it is. So you can see, right? Boom. Look. So that's the jump drive, I believe. Right? And so if I go buy a different jump drive, which's got a different visual appearance, it'll look different in here. It'll actually be the one that I bought. So everything is modeled out. Everything is just the fidelity and detail on everything is amazing. And like here's the cannon, right? And you can see like the condensers, the cooling, or the power fluctuators. And then you have the missiles that are down here. And you can see that they're even empty in the slots, even though I refilled them. And you know, you never get that kind of fidelity here. I'll reload them. I can tell it's same issue. Like I don't know why the ships are not. Oh, it skipped the climb animation. So R to power up, right? And I'll hit center mouse button to switch to. Come on, R. There we go. Center mouse button to switch to. See, all my rockets, they're not preloading, so I gotta come and play this little Mickey Mouse. So that should be 4. That should be 4 rounds confirmed. Okay, so it charged me for 4. Okay, so it's not overcharging me. It's just okay. It's just super weird. Confirm. Okay, it's actually responding much quicker. Confirm. And this is, and just a side note. And so let's see, recharge. Okay, that's how much one rocket cost. Confirm. Or 2, yeah, yep, that's how much. I just don't know why A, it's not filling all the way up. And then B, why is it not being stored like this? If I park this and run inside and hit stow, it won't save this configuration, even though as a default it should. So did I press? It's just some bug. Press Y, hold Y to get out. And I want to show you something that's crazy though, the level of fidelity. And we haven't even gotten any gameplay. I just been, so you can see where the missile pods are now filled up. So you get a visual representation of like the current ship status, which is crazy. So there's 12, there's 4 there, there's 4 there, and then there's 12 somewhere else. And I haven't figured out where those other 12. Okay, there's one there. I guess they're internal. There might be an internal bank. Yeah, I don't know. But I think that's the other port, because what I noticed is I can daisy chain all 4 of these together and it'll be like, it's beautiful to watch. I'll show you. So if you want to interact with something, enter pilot C. You just hold down F and you let it highlights. Okay, and I left it on when I got out, so when I got back in, okay, and then I'm gonna boost spacebar, boost you up, right, and then hit F4 if you want to see me fly. And you can kind of see me fly around. You can see the little thrusters oscillate. You see that? How that when I move, the little thrusters are countering the G's. Okay, hit F4. And then so you can see the planet. If I zoom forward, you see that planet right there? Let me see. I'll zoom forward. You see that planet right there? I'm moving. Try not to move here. Right there. There's a little planet right there. Okay, that's a gas. I almost said glass. Gas planet. So if I hit B, it'll pull up the nav system, and I can just automatically target. So if I move around, you see all these little arrows that are around the screen. They're other locations that I can navigate to, and you can change the module on this ship to affect the calculation in the spool timer and how far you can go and how much fuel. So that is even customizable. So as I go through, let me go back to the planet right there. So if I hit F2, it'll bring up the nav. And this is one of my biggest frustrations with the game. Like if I just click right here and say set route, and when this populates, you know you got it. But many times I'll say if I click this and say set route, it did. Oh, that took. But let's say I want to go to this. So there's a trick to this map. You have to have your mouse directly over the item, and if I can do 6 rolls. Okay, right? I can do 6 rolls. But if I were to try to zoom in on this, and let's say I'm just like a little 1/4 inch off, right? You lose it. You have to be exactly on the item. So let's say I want to go to this. You see, I'm clicking, but it won't. There you go. But it won't take it, right? It's not populating. So even though it's selected, it's not populating. And let's say I want to go to this space station or this planet, right? Okay, that's the planet. What about the main base? See, I can't get it to go. Even if I select this, right? It's selected. I mean, you got to be exactly on it, right? And if you hold the right mouse button, or left mouse button, you kind of rotate it a little bit, zoom in and zoom out to get it. It's just the whole map thing is a disaster. It is hands down the most frustrating aspect of the game. The problem is, and I'll give you an example what the real problem is when the game first launched, the only thing that existed was this area right here. You zoom in and you had the 3 little planets, or it was just this area right here. It was just this arc core and the two moons, and for like 5 years this was the majority of the game. So this formula for a map was just created for navigation between these 2 planets and the waypoints. And then since then they've expanded the galaxy and added all of these different constellations and maps and planets and moons, and they haven't gone back and revisited and done another Passover. That's the term they like to use in this game, is Passover. They haven't done another Passover of of the navigation system, and it has not grown the same way that the rest of the systems have grown. So anyways, I try to avoid the map system, which is F2. So I'm just going to put my little thing over here and look, boom. And this is awesome, right? You can just, there's some, you know, Stars Trek shit right there. And I press Z, I can pan around and I can see the space travel. And the cool thing is like if I was in not a fighter but a bigger ship, I could actually let me close the chat. You press F12 and you close the chat out. And I could actually get out of the ship and walk around while I was in this mode. I could actually get out and walk around. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I've entered into this constellation, and this is a gas giant, so I could fly right through this thing if I wanted. But one of the big issues though is it's not really optimized. The gas planet's not really optimized, so it creates a big hit on frame rate. So I'm gonna get out of the view, and what I'm gonna do is this is kind of like your vital stats, your character's vitals, your oxygen levels, how much money you've earned. You know, and you can buy all the ships in the game with in-game currency. You don't need to spend any real money except for your initial pledge package. And when you do your pledge package, think about it in this: instead of buying the software for $50, you're basically buying a ship for $50, and the game is free. That's, you know, that's kind of the way they've done it. And then you actually buy some content in the game instead of just the software itself. And then you know, they have a reputation system. So as you do these missions, so right now I'm working on the Bounty Hunters Guild, and I scroll up and I'm just members. I'm just past this dash right here, because as you move up through these ranks, you get better rewards. Let me move this, favorite this, so it moves it to the top. So when I'm doing these Bounty Hunters, since I'm in this district, this is going up too. Before, I was in this district, still doing the Bounty Hunter missions, but leveling this up. So whatever planet you're on, it's going to level up accordingly, whatever faction. Like you're supporting their mission also. So hit F1, and I'm going to go to this contract manager down here. I don't know if you can see my mouse right there. And then I'm going to go to, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do the Mercenary Call to Arms, right? And so that just means I'm going to get a little tiny bonus for every bad guy I kill. And then I'm also going to go back to General, and I'm going to click on Bounty Hunter, and I'm looking for HRTs. These are basically hard targets. They have like medium targets, very light targets, hard targets, and then there's very hard targets and extremely hard targets. So I'm working through it. And so when I finish off that rank, so I go accept offer, right? Let's go back to faction. I want to show you. So that was an HRT. When I go to Bounty Hunter, and when I finish leveling this up, I'll get to veteran, and it'll give me very hard targets. And so instead of paying 11,000 per mission, it's going to pay like 25,000 per mission. So I got to go back to contracts, and I got to make sure that under accepted that this says track, because if I don't say track, I won't be able to find it. So I say track. I got the little pin. You see how that little box popped up right there? See I don't know if you see my mouse right there below the 4 red dots. So I shall untrack. It'll disappear. Track. See how it popped back up? So now I got to get there. So let's see if I go to the comm station. There we go. So these OM3s, they're orbital. I forget what the M stands for. Orbital marker. Hold down B to warp. So B is to turn it on. Long press is to activate. I'll come over here and then I'll rotate down, and I'm looking for that marker. I think the problem is that it's still on the other side, right? It says obstructed. That means it's on the other side of the planet. So I got to do another. So I'll hit the other orbital marker. I'll just keep going around the planet, right? And I try to avoid going into F2 because it's just a disaster. You can see where I actually passed through the gas planet there. Okay, so whenever you see that little like baseball kind of end zone symbol right there, let me pan away from it. Like squares are space stations, and the little, it's like a little waypoint pin. I'm mousing over it right now. The Orison, that's the main base or the main main hub for this gas planet. And so whenever you see that, you know that it is a main hub, and these are always satellite stations. So going over here to the marker, the little square bracketed, right? It's 80 kilometers away. Ooh. Somebody shot a missile at me before I boosted out of there. Now, one thing that has been super frustrating is that I get these comms, right? And even though I thought I changed this. I want to go target, and I want to go comms. And the reason why I'm changing this is because for whatever reason, they'll comm me. Why am I being comm linked? And so like they'll comm me, and it'll take over my targeting HUD, and then I can't see the status of the enemy. Right? Why did it do that? And so there's some kind of, I don't know if it's an option set, right? I want target, and then I want this comm. So I should always see the status of the enemy as I'm flying around. Like I don't give a shit about somebody comming in on me, like this open comm, and it just randomly, right in the middle of a fight, it'll comm in, and I won't know what the enemy's doing. Super irritating. I wish I could disable it. I don't know why it's doing it. So at 400, so this bad guy basically is in the constellation. So when you get, see it says 35 meters away, it I can't boost there anymore. So I'll just turn the warp drive off, and you can see that little box. Let me see if I can zoom in right here. I'm zooming in on it, right there. That is your speed. So I can't roll the mouse wheel because it'll zoom me in, but this bar right here is your speed. And one of the things I actually had a hard time with, you see how the bottom half is blue and the top half is red? So you can go all the way to the top, but you lose your maneuverability exponentially after the red. So if you're in a dogfight, you want to keep this box below the red, and you'll maintain all your maneuverability and all your counter maneuver and all that stuff. But you know, if you want to just boost somewhere, so you'll see here, I'll just roll that bad boy all the way up because I got to close. And C is like autopilot. It's just auto. It's whatever you set it at. If I roll it down, it'll slow down. If I roll it up, it'll go fast. C turns it off, and it's just like a speed limiter. It's like one of those cruise controls on a motorcycle. And so so now it's just WASD, and it'll go as fast as the box. And so I got 25, and you close a lot of distance that way.
Contact.
Right? Okay. Hit T for target. I'm gonna slow down because I'm gonna press my mouse button to switch weapon types.
Missile locked.
Okay, so missiles are locked. Right? I'm still going too fast. I want it when I'm gonna derp these missiles when I get about 7K. So he's shooting missiles at me. So I do countermeasures. I press H.
Attack on
See,
shields. Contact.
Right? Okay, I'm 6. Okay, I'm loading. Look at all. Come on. Oh shit. I didn't have them all turned on. Shit. So I'm getting. Okay, there's a hit. There's gonna be a hit. See that? I just have to keep the shield.
Contact.
Okay, I'm switching over. Now I'm doing the giant ass laser cannon. I'm gonna start derping his ass. So I got 2 hits on him. Pivoting around. Gotta keep his speed up. So the thing with the Crusader Ion is it's just got a giant. So shields are gone. I just have to I don't know where my shields are at, because I'm actually moving backwards. There we go. He's floating around. If he pulls out 15k, I'll go back to missile.
Attack on shield.
And I'm just keeping the crosshairs in the pip. There it is. And I don't worry about the little ones, right? So I'm boosting up, I'm hitting C, I'm getting out of dodge, right? Let me see where my shields are good. I went through and changed all these. I don't know why. The power shields, there we go. Oh, and I just ran into an asteroid. That is neat. Right? Ooh, nice. I passed out from the G's. I went unconscious from the G's. Okay, I'm back. That's awesome. So these both show shields, but I prefer this bottom display. So I'm gonna go right there, right? And then this one, I'm gonna have this one be power. This is my prefer. I wish, see, like it's trying to call. Like why are you calling? Like no, stop calling me. Anyways, I don't know why it's auto calling. But that's why I had to switch the displays around, because I'd have the bad guy target up and then the call would come in and I wouldn't have any idea what the status of so anyways, we still got missiles left, we're still okay. We're gonna pick a new go to bounty hunter, click HRTs, and this is how much you get, right? So 11,250 is how much you get for the bounty. So we're gonna say, where are you at? It's underneath the HUD. It's right here. It's like, so you can go accept it. You can see it's right there. I still have the Mercenary one up. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the Delphi, and you can see where I moved it up just a little bit more. So trying to figure out, it's kind of by the oh shit, me get out of here. You can always run into stuff. So now we got to find the next square, right? So there's the next. So we're gonna just warp there. Turn B on. Let it calculate. Press and hold B. Right? And if you use my promo code, you'll get an extra 5,000 credits, which will like, you know, pay for your mission. It'll buy you a set of armor, and it'll pay for all your refits. And you know, eventually, if I get enough promotion codes, eventually, like if I get 200 or 3 of them, I think I get a little ship. You know, a little. So it's something to work towards. Let me see. So I can't. Oh, I can't. You can see if it's blue, you can do it. And even though I'm looking like I'm gonna fly towards the planet, you'll see it'll hold B, press and hold. Okay, it'll kind of button hook around. And sometimes they don't go exactly to like known objectives. Sometimes you have to fly, you know, 20 or 40 kilometers. So I'll spin it around. I don't know why it does the upside down thing. Maybe it's some type of hit B to get off the T to target. I'm going full speed, so I'm closing the gap. Let me press C to take it off cruise control. And you can see that one's starting to populate. Press middle tab, put up missiles. I'm gonna do a full volley of 4. But I want to get about 7k out. And I'm starting a little bit of a side strafe. So you see how I moved that block down to the blue, so it's out of the red and into the blue. Going much slower. I'm only doing 158. But it gives me time to kind of work the volley. Oh shit, he's on the wrong guy. I want there you go. That's the one I want. I was targeting the wrong one. Okay, 7's good. So I'm gonna do 6. I'm gonna do 6. I'm gonna do a full. This is so beautiful right here. So beautiful. Okay, full volley. Look at them all go. That's just so beautiful. Look at that. I don't think all. Oh, yep, hit. So not all of them hit. Okay, I'm gonna do volley of 2 real quick. I'm closing the distance. So when I get about 22 or 28, then he's gone. So I was able just to volley him out, and then I didn't even have to get into the combat leg of it. So I'm gonna boost out of here. But I like how you can see where the little green tabs on the right, you can kind of change your volley settings to where if you want to shoot 4, if you want to shoot 2. I like that level of fidelity they have in the weapon systems. And later on, when I get to other weapon systems, I'll kind of show you how gimbaled weapons work and how other weapon systems work. But it is definitely super high degree of fidelity. Okay, pick another mission. Well, let's go to Delphi and let's see if we can tell. Right there, you can see where it's I probably get like a 1/10 or 5% little bump, and so I'm just trying to close these in, just grind them out. F2, contracts, bounty hunter, HRTs, accept offer, make sure it's tracked. I populated right there. F2 to close it out. All right. Press B to open up the so it's on the other side of the planet is the problem. It's on the other side. So I have to figure out how to get around the planet. So I can go up to an orbital marker. Okay, that'll work. I just gotta get to where I can get an alignment on the. Come on. There it goes. That was a weird delay. So we're gonna briefly go over server. There's some server performance issues, and when they do 50 people per server, and they kind of do like this shard setup. I don't know if you ever played WoW back in the day. Where'd this box go? So I'm still. Why can I not reach that one? So sometimes what you can do is if I press B, I'll warp, and then you can drop out of warp. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press warp and drop out of warp real quick, right? So you can see where now if I turn around, I'm much farther from the planet. And so you can see the 4 orbital markers around. It's a good example. So you can technically kind of like hopscotch around a planet through the orbital markers. And then there is the space station that you can go to. Or that one is, I don't know what that is. But if it's square, it's some kind of interaction. So you come over here, and we'll go back, find our little marker. I kind of wish they would do these markers like a yellow color. These mission markers, and separate them out a little bit of fidelity. Okay, and I'm just going to press B. Let it spool up. Press B. Going to warp. It only takes a little bit, but you can get different drives that will, even though it seems like you're going fast, you can actually get different drives. I dropped out too soon. I was trying to see if I could kind of Y off. But yeah, you can get different drives that actually go much, much faster, which is crazy because it also seems like you're going fast, but there's a metric in there that now it'll let me go to it. They definitely need to go through and refine the marker system and do a 2.0 passover on the F2 star map, because it's okay. Now I'm just gonna press C to autopilot and then press B to turn off my little hub. Kind of boost. I got 30k to go. I'm gonna press my tab and make sure my missiles are loaded up. So the deal with Thunderbolts is they're an electromagnetic, and so you have like electrical magnetic, you have IR, you have that's infrared, you have thermal. Okay, I gotta slow down. Press C, take that off. If I press X, it'll like boost me and slow me way down. It'll boost me way down. X. Come on, slow down. Shit. T for target. Nobody's targeting. Usually. Ooh, is this a broke mission? Who's the baddie? Are you the baddie? Oh, everybody shoot missiles. Press A for decoys. I think you're the baddie. Full volley. Yeah, it's a... Kind of got the audio turned up a little too loud. There we go. Just follow the pip. Pip turns green. There we go. Neutralized. That was the baddie. So he wasn't exactly on the marker. And you know, if I kill these other guys, I'll get 1,000. But it's quicker just to bypass them. I'll hold off. I won't waste my ammo on these guys. It's just quicker to boost out. Press C for autopilot. That way I put some distance. Go back to the manager. Go to bounty hunter. Select HRT. Accept offer. Right. Make sure it's on track. You can see the little X at the top up here at the very, very top right corner. But I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm at 1440p. And then I got to find my little blue marker. There it is. It's right underneath me. Right there. Right. B to jump. Let it spool up. You can see I'm pulling G's. I got 9 G's, and so my guy's sucking, getting ready to pass out and shit. Okay, I'm gonna warp. Boom. Right into another constellation. So like super quick transition. Press B to get my warp drive off. Right into the sun too. I'm gonna press C to get my cruise control off. When I get to about 15K, I'll slow my. Woo. Gotta watch out for the asteroids. So this missile, I mean this boat has some fairly good sized missiles. It's got some 3s. And they go all the way up to 9 or 10. I think 9 is the biggest, but 3s is pretty decent size. So I'm gonna speed up a little bit. So I lose all my maneuverability, like I'm in the red. I can go fast, but I lose a lot of my sharp turning. So I kind of want to manage that. So they're shooting missiles at me. I want to wait a little bit. Okay, decoy. Target. I'm locked on. Okay, full volley. Right, full volley. Oh yeah, there's one. Come on. Come on. Okay, we're doing another full volley. He did some. I'm getting hit. Oh, nice, got it. So it's just not a lot of ships have a lot of missiles, and so the deal with this thing is that it's got a pretty decent loadout. So look, he's a little quick booger. I target him. Press T to target. Right, it'll give me the pip somewhere. There's a pip. Oh, I'm in the wrong. I'm out of missiles. Switch systems. Right. Let me see if I can get them. Sometimes they're super quick and they're like really annoying. There you go. I blew something off. I popped something. There you go. There's a hit. You hear a little squeak when you hit them. A little squeak. There you go. You just kind of got it. There it is. Got him. And so this is just a lot. You know, a lot of ships have 4 or 5 cannons, and but they don't do a lot of damage, and so it's like this big, this big show. Okay, so here's the problem. If I go back to the station, there's a pretty good probability that the ship won't reload, but we'll try it. So my normal go-to. So go here, right? We'll go. Let's go to, so what I normally do is I go right here, set marker. It took because it popped up there. Okay, where's my little getting wrecked? Looking for my little waypoint. Where are you at? Oh, it's right here. Right there. See the little blue? Press B. Right? Curl 1. Let it spool up. I mean, you don't even... Oh, he hit me. He did a little collision. Where'd it go? Okay. And long press, B. Oh, he reset me. And long... Oh, you little press. There, I'm out. I'm out! I'm out! I'm out! Okay. So, what do we got here? Is that it right there? Sometimes you have to move. There you go. Sometimes you have to do like a little buck. You know, you have to pull away and then go back to it. Okay. Press long B to hold. Then, but the missile system, like that gameplay is fantastic. Fantastic. And you can see I'm doing. I don't know why it pulled me out of warp. That's weird. Because you can see I'm 1,025 kilometers away. Yeah, but the difference between warp drives can be like 25 minutes or 7 minutes. It's that crazy to think that you're traveling that much faster through space. So I'm at the space station, so I'm not quite there yet. I'm still about 80 kilometers out. There we go. Sometimes you have to... There we go. I'm 67 kilometers out. I gotta let it spool back up. It's calibrating. Boom, right? So the reason why I'm doing this, press B to get it off. Speed all the way up. I'm like 25k out. I'm just gonna close the gap. You can see my guy starts breathing hard when he starts hitting those G's. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. Press X to... You never fly at an object. You always fly adjacent to the... oh, my booster's not working? Okay, there you go. Right, you always fly adjacent. And that the X is kind of like an E-brake. Okay, so now I gotta press F, scroll down here, and kind of scroll down, so all the friends will show up on your list, right? And they kind of need to do a little. All the friends show up on the list, but the issue that you run into is like the stations populate at the bottom. Stations should always populate at the top, and so there's a little refinement that needs to happen there. All right, now I'm calling the station, and you'll see a little. It'll be like, oh, you're ready to land. Okay, let's do a little button hook. I think it's over here actually. I'm following the arrow, the little blue arrow. There it is. There it is. See that little circle here? I like the F feature. Right, so I'm gonna zoom in right now and I'm gonna show you. See that right there? I'm zooming in. See that right there? That's where I'm going. That little circle with the down arrow is your landing pad. So, zoom up. So, you know, the speed control, you never fly at something. You always fly adjacent to it. Because otherwise, if you mismanage your ship controls, or you don't have a good estimate of what your ship's capable of. So I kind of try to do the pro thing. So in for landing gear, right? And you can see if I hit F, it's blinking right there. That means it went down. Watch, I'll hit in again. You'll see it blinking. See how it's blinking? You know, so that you can kind of see right there. It's blinking. Gear, hit in. I know I'm getting a little redundant. So that's going up. Okay, and watch, hit in again. You can see it's highlighted. That way you know, because I try to do it like a sim. Because I could press F4 and then be like, oh yeah, and hold Z and be like, oh yeah, it's down. I can see it right there, you know. But I don't want to do that. I want to go F4 and I want to play it like it's a sim. So kind of line it up like this, and then you can see line it up, right? And you get close. You could do it without the auto. Some ships don't have auto, so I want to get in the box. And you can kind of get a good. And if I just hold in, it'll square me up and park me. It's like an auto dock, right? Boom. Now here's the important part, and part of the bug or challenges that I've been coming across is if I go to repair, obviously all my missiles are gone. So this thing should say like 4K or 5K worth of missile repair, and this is how much fuel. So repair the right, and you'll see the fuel. I hit F right here. You'll see that thing, right? You'll see it go ding. It's like I'm at a gas station. I hear a little beep beep. See it going up. And you hear ding ding. I don't hear it. I didn't hear the ding ding. Okay, whatever. So F2 again, right? And if I go back to the wrench, you'll see, well, I guess I've used a little bit of hydrogen. But this time I'm going to do I took a little damage, right? Confirm. And you'll see the missiles. I press the tab button to rotate, not tab, the middle mouse button to rotate back to the missiles. Watch, F2. We're going to refill it. I don't know why it should just do all of them. I don't know why it's just doing like 4 at a time. It's super weird. Okay. We're gonna stow this, and maybe I'll get lucky and it'll fix itself. Because when you stow it, it's like saving the ship loadout. And if you picked up a bug along the way, then you save the bug. Come on, come on. There you go. Come on, I got 2 more. 20 missiles is a pretty good loadout. Confirm. Confirm. Right, and so these are thunderbolts, which are see, it didn't want to give it to me. There it is. There it is. So now I'm going to press Y. I'm going to exit the ship. I'm going to run in here. Later on, I'll do some videos. About, okay, close this out. You know, I'm holding F to you know, get my activation button going. And then I'm waiting for this elevator. This elevator travels like 7,000 meters. It goes the entire loop of the outer space station. So it just takes forever. And then go down here to lobby, click. You see I highlighted it. So I did like a full run. I did like 5 missions. I did a full payload dump. And so it's a good like example of how to get out real quick, do some bounties, make a little bit of money, come back, refit, restock, store the ship, and then you know, and later on I'll get into like equipping armor, a little bit of armor overview. And so I run over here, right? And that was a Crusader Ion that I was flying. So here's the Ion, right? It's a heavy fighter, so I'm gonna hit stow. So it will go to claim real quick, but don't click it. You want to just let it be, right? Let it be, and it'll rotate over to retrieve. And as long as this retrieve means you can get it at your station. Like, see how this one says claim, well, that means it's at a different station. This one's claim, it's at a different station. And so that gives you a good perspective of what's available. And also, let's say I was going to put a bunch of weapons and ammo in that storage on that Ion fighter. If I hit claim, I lose all that stuff because it's technically not the same ship. It's like you go do an insurance claim, you know, like somebody wrecks your vehicle and they're like, "Oh, we got to buy you a new vehicle." So they try to give you the exact same thing. That's what that means. Is it's a replication of what you currently have. And so if you change the weapon loadout and you save it and you hit claim, you'll get what you saved as the weapon loadout, right? Because you're doing an insurance claim on what you changed. But if you put any items in there, you'll lose your items. Like cargo, if you're doing a cargo haul, you'll lose the cargo. So yeah, I'm gonna stop the video here, but I just kind of wanted to do a quick overview, impressions, hotkey overview, kind of a little bit of a mission overview, to kind of show you a little bit of a gameplay loop and give a holistic expectations and view of where the game's currently at. And I have been really enjoying it. And if you want to join me, hey, you're more than welcome. You know, I'm Broken Fang in game as always. Thanks for watching.